se compra una botella. Diario va a los bailes y se compra una botella. Se arranca la banda con la primera canción. Y la chona luego busca bailador. Y la chona luego busca bailador. La gente la mira y lo empieza a gritar. Bravo, chona, nadie te puede igualar. Bravo, chona, nadie te puede igualar. Y la chona se mueve y la gente le grita. No es mejor que la chona para la quedadita. Y la chona se mueve al ritmo que le toquen. Ella baila de todo, nunca pierde su trote. Y goza melodía. Contaré la historia de una famosa persona. Todos la conocen con el apodo de Chona. Todos la conocen con el apodo de Chona. Su marido dice ya no sé qué hacer con ella. Diario va a los bailes y se compra una botella. Diario va a los bailes y se compra una botella. Se arranca la banda con la primera canción.
Hey, welcome. What's up, y'all? Welcome live. We're about to get started here.
Diario va a los bailes y se compra una botella. Diario va a los bailes y se compra una botella. Se arranca la banda con la primera canción. Y la chona luego busca bailador. Y la chona luego busca bailador. La gente la mira y la empieza a gritar. Bravo, chona, nadie te puede igualar.
All right, well, we're going to get started. So, welcome. Today is Real Estate Tea Talk Sunday. Man, there's been a lot going on. So much going on. I got so much tea to spill. All right, so tonight's tea is, so we're still doing the series of the Halea, from the Halea market. This is a blackberry herbal tea. That's our tea for this evening. Check her out. There we go. Steeps for 3 to 5 minutes. Delicious, hot or iced. Absolutely, yeah. So, this is a good tea. So, here we are going to we got to get started here. Let's listen a little bit more. La Chona.
Y la chona se mueve al ritmo que le toquen. Ella baila de todo, nunca quiere su trote. Ritmo y sabor. Los tucanes de Tijuana. Se mueve y la gente le grita. No es mejor que la chona para la quedadita. Y la chona se mueve al ritmo que le toquen. Ella baila de todo, nunca pierde su trote.
All right, welcome. We got some stuff to cover today. I'm just writing a few notes. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Hey. It was so funny. So I was actually out today showing property. That's pretty much how the weekend goes. You just go out and you show property and write offers at the end of the day. So that's pretty much the way it's going to be for me for the next few months. What's up, y'all? Thank you for joining me. This is Real Estate Tea Talk. We're going to talk about little things that are going on in real estate, and also we are going to talk a little bit about things that are going on, period. All right, so first thing I want to talk about, again, this is Katrina Matthews, Real Estate Tea Talk. Thanks for joining me. It's really funny because today I had 2 separate clients ask me about what's called buyer love letters. Buyer love letters is a practice that we used to do just 2 years ago before COVID. essentially what will happen is the buyer will write a love letter to the seller saying, this is me, this is who I am, I have this cute dog or an amazing family, and we really want to purchase your house, and so forth and so on, which is it's cute. However, the National Association of Realtors and the DRE has deemed that the buyer love letters are now fair housing violations, because if you think about it, in your love letter, you're basically telling them who you are, what you do, your familial status, possibly your sex, and those are all in violation of the Fair Housing Act in the 7 protected classes. So as realtors, we cannot accept them and turn them over to listing agents, nor can the listing agents accept them. So buyer love letters are out. We cannot say, hey, this is who my client is, hoping that the seller and buyer will make a connection prior to offer being accepted. We just can't do it anymore. So buyer love letters were really cool and common back then, but it does violate fair housing rules. It worked in the past, but actually it worked, it actually did not work. So it hurt more than it kind of did any kind of good, because what was happening is that sellers were rejecting offers based on those love letters. Listen, stop acting like racism does not still exist. It exists here, and telling a potential seller or a seller a little bit about the buyer, sometimes it stabs you right in the eye. So we can't do that anymore. We gotta it's all about numbers now, which it's fine, but it's what it is. No longer can write letters to the seller saying, hey, here's who I am and here's why I would like to purchase your property. It's just, it's not, we can't do it. We can't accept them, and we cannot tell our clients to write them and do so. Okay, so buyer love letters are now out, and that is pre-COVID rules. We just can't do them anymore. I think it's okay. Because being an African American woman who works in a real estate market that's in Beach Cities area, you see stuff happen all the time, so you keep your eyes open a little bit more, is what I'm saying, right? So I do want the strength of the number to be the reason why a person is chose to buy a house instead of all these other things, and I think it's kind of needed. So buyer love letters are out. All right, so let's talk about the vax. So it looks like they opened up so that people 16 or up can now be vaccinated, right? Well, that's interesting. So if you're 16 or older, you can go on and get your little Fauci ouchie. That's great, because at the same time the vaccinations were opened up a little bit wider, California decided to open up a lot of shit. Just like in a couple of weeks, all of a sudden it was like, stay inside, wear a mask, do this. Oh, by the way, Disneyland is open. And so it's kind of like, okay, I think as humans, you just fill it out. If it feels right for you, do it. If it doesn't, then just wait. I'm waiting on a lot of stuff. I haven't been gathering with friends. I've been declining invitations and stuff, declining party invites, and so I haven't been going out. Listen, we just went through, or we're still going through a global pandemic. I'm not in a rush to go meet you for cocktails. I'm good. I'm good. I'm so good. So a little bit about the Vax card though. So having the Vax card is kind of sprouted some new enterprises. If you go on to SB and Amazon, both of those vendors are already selling the vaccination card holders and sleeves, and they're now marketing those so that you can have somewhere to hold your vaccination card. I thought that was really interesting. And that Office Max and Office Depot, they offered free lamination for the cards, which could be a good thing, but then you have it could not be good as well. The thing about having the card laminated, that vaccination card, once you get your entire Fauci ouchie, is that what if the information is wrong on that card? And here you are, it's all, laminated, and you can't get to it to change it. So if you are going to get it laminated, it is very wise to make sure that all of the information is on the card. It sticks, it's in there, it's good to go, because once it's laminated, you can't get back to it. There is no U.S. central database that houses proof of a COVID-19 vaccination. That's according to Wall Street Journal. So the U.S. is not really keeping a record of who has been vaccinated. Like, they have the number, but they don't know exactly who the persons are that are being vaccinated. So it goes down to like the local level or wherever you got your vaccination done. So if you do lose your vaccination card, you can go back to the facility that gave you the vaccination in the first place in order to get a new card. Mind you that the vaccination cards are not necessarily universal. So that CDC card that everybody's getting, that little white card, you look at that and it might look different in DC, and that little vaccination card might look different in Florida. So the one that you have might not look like the ones that Florida is giving out, and it might not look like the ones that that Maine is giving out. So they're trying to figure out as they go along how it's going. This is such a mess. How it's going to work, having a vaccination card, having proof of Fauci ouchie, how that's going to work when they start opening up more ball games, more concerts, this, that, and the other thing. Okay, so again, here's some information on the vaccination card that you do need to look out for. Okay, first, make sure that your name and birth date are correct on the card before you go getting it laminated. Make sure that it has the right date of the vaccination and the right location, of course. You can always ask the folks that gave you the vaccination, hey, where is this record being kept, just in case I need to come back to you. For those who got vaccinated down at the Long Beach Convention Center, who the hell knows who to contact if you lose your vaccination card through that whole jungle. That's a jungle down there. The CDC also notes that some places may enroll you in a few online tools. They have one called the V-Safe or the VaxText after you get your first dose, so that you can kind of keep your information on their site, and you can just grab it. The good thing is if you can photograph the front and the back of your card, have it as a favorite in your photos, and email it to yourself. That's a good way to keep the record. Also, let your family and friends know that you've been vaccinated and where where they can find your card in the event something happens. You want to make sure that it's a good idea to make sure that they know where it's at. So what if it gets lost? What if that Vax card gets lost? If it gets lost or damaged, again, go back to the place that has your vaccination record where you got it done at and ask them for a second copy. It might be hell trying to get that information from them depending on where you got your vaccination done, but it's good to make sure that you have a copy, a record of it somewhere so that you know where to get that. Sooner or later, they're going to start asking for that damn card to get on an airplane. You know it's coming, so make sure that you keep it safe. Do it now. Do it now. Just go snap a picture of the front, picture of the back, email it to yourself so it's out of the way, it's done. Because the last thing you want to do is be fully vaccinated and then you don't have a record that it was done. So there's a few tips on that Vax card. It's going to be interesting. The next thing is, guys, God dang it, for the life of God, stop posting that you got vaccinated on social media. Oh my God. Dude, stop doing that. You don't want to, I'm vaccinated. And then like covering your name or your number. Don't even do it. Think of it this way. Did you ever get the vaccination for chicken pox, Hep B, and all that crap? Did you post about you going to go back and post about that on social media too? Don't post it, because thieves, even if you cover up your name or your birth date or whatever, thieves can use the internet to paste and puzzle together your information. just by you posting that. So don't post that you were vaccinated online. Let that be your little secret. You can keep some secrets. I know you're excited, but if you've already posted, go back and delete it. You know why? Here's why. We have no idea what's going to happen in the future. We have no idea what they're going to use this for. And then here's your proof that you've been vaccinated. That's great that you posted it online. However, that is still a medical record. And you do not ever want your medical information out there. We're all getting older, and you know how the United States and insurance companies work, right? Insurance companies don't ever want to pay out for anything. So it could be in 5 years, oh, you were vaccinated. Oh, by this vaccine. Oh, we're going to use that to deny your claim because we don't accept blah, 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 blah. So don't keep it quiet until you need to bring it out, okay? If you posted it online that you were vaccinated, you got your old Fauci ouchie, honey, get on over there and delete it. Delete it, delete it, delete it. That is a very, very smart tip from Katrina Matthews here. Go on and delete it, okay? Keep that under wraps. You do not want your personal medical information out there in the streets so people can have that and they can use that against you in the future. Okay, kids. Let's talk about some real estate stories. There's been some tea. I run into real estate fraud all the time, and that's just comes with the territory. I see it all the time. But did you guys hear the story of these siblings? I posted it a couple of days ago, but there were these siblings who, in this day and age, decided that they were going to commit real estate fraud in the biggest way. Let me read you the story. Adolfo Shineki of Torrance and his sister Bianca. Now notice these are alleged crimes, okay? They each pleaded not guilty to 9 charges last Tuesday in an indictment that was unsealed in regards to several counts of wire fraud and 1 count of aggravated identity theft. Here's what these kids did. They scammed several hundreds of victims. Hundreds. How do you scam hundreds of victims in this little area? They scammed hundreds of victims, and these victims collectively lost more than $6 million $6 million collectively during these little 2 sibling schemes. Let me read you the story. So according to the indictment, this brother and sister team, along with the help of co-conspirators, both defendants operated a real estate and escrow company based in Cerritos, California, La Palma, and in Long Beach under 8 different names, including MCR and West Coast. From May 2014 through December of 2019, Shiniki Gonzalez and co-conspirators allegedly committed wire fraud. This is all alleged. Here's what they would do. They would list properties on the MLS, which is the multiple listing service. That's where Zillow and Redfin and all them get their information. It's where we put in properties on the market. So they'll put properties on the MLS under different people's broker's license. How the hell did they do that? What did they do that? They would put it below market to generate interest of buyers. So then the buyers would call them, right? Because it's like, ooh, a super cheap property must be too good to be true, because it was. They would identify these properties that could be marketed to potential buyers and trick the homeowners into allowing showings, according to the indictment. In some instances, the properties were not even for sale and they didn't have authorization for the owners to list the property. Some were unforeseeable sales opportunities, and a lot of them were short sales. What they would do with their employees is that they would falsely appear that the sellers have accepted the victim's offer to purchase the property, and then they want that EMD, right? They want the down payment. So then they have them wire in the down payment, which is like 10% of the purchase price. And then they would provide fake short sale letters, so forth and so on. And they would give these employees scripts to read as to why it was taking so long for the escrow to close. So law enforcement got wind of this. They would string these potential buyers along for years, They go to court June 1st. Here's the thing, God dang it, hundreds of people? I mean, there's a special place for a person who would scam buyers like that. And then how did you not know that it's a sad thing? I'm sure they looked as extremely legitimate. And sure enough, these buyers would wire in their funds and nothing. And then these guys would just disappear. There's a special place. These guys, look, the brother and sister, brother is 43, the sister's 38. That's a long time in jail for a felony, for a apparent alleged felony. It's a long time in jail for a couple of hundreds of thousands of dollars. It ain't ever worth it, y'all. It's never worth scamming somebody in a real estate scam. Damn it, don't do it. Don't do it. You heard it from me. I told you. In California too, and a brother had a nerve to be from Torrance. Jesus Christ, Lord, help us all. So, did you see my video I posted? I went live Friday. It was Friday. I went live from Bruce's Beach in Manhattan Beach. I sure did. Wake up early and trot on down there. Here's the thing about Bruce's Beach. Bruce's Beach was, let me tell you the quick background. A lot of you probably already know the story, but here's the thing. There was a black couple, the Bruces, and they had some money, so they bought some land, oceanfront land in Manhattan Beach, and they decided to build a beach resort there. The issue back then was that African American peoples, all people of color, were not allowed to be in certain areas, right? And so, especially not at the beach. And this is all over Southern California and California, period. And so what the Bruces did was they opened a resort that catered to the African American population. They sure did. Didn't mean that anybody else can come in. It meant that they were safe there, right? And so they opened this resort and it did really well. People drove up from San Diego just to go to Bruce's Beach. So they opened this beautiful resort, and of course, since you got one kind of people coming in, you know, which is sad, we don't have people mingling and hanging out. They were very successful. And so, you know, we had the KKK back in the day, and what they did was they started harassing them along with the other neighbors and residents. They start harassing the beachgoers, calling them names, making them park all the way up in El Segundo, and having them walk all the way down to Manhattan Beach. And so they harassed and harassed and harassed these beachgoers until the city of Manhattan Beach stepped in and decided that they were going to just take the property because they needed it for a park. They paid the Bruces something disgusting, like $14,000 for the property. Don't quote me on that price. And the Bruces fought them in court and lost. And so city of Manhattan Beach took it for this park they so desperately needed, but then they didn't do anything with the property. They let it sit and sit and sit and sit. Finally, decades later, LA County acquired the property from the city of Manhattan Beach. And because, you know, LA County runs the beaches, right? And so they have a lifeguard tower training facility at Bruce's Beach. And so the fact of the matter is that the property didn't belong to anybody but the Bruces. So recently, very recently, I want to say right pre-COVID, my good friend Kevin Ward got involved. Now, what she did was she noticed the plaque, because she's a Manhattan Beach resident. She noticed that plaque there and started digging a little bit deeper and decided, wait a minute, this isn't just a dedication to a family who used to own it. This actually still belongs to them. And she put in the work. She pounded the pavement. She got lots of threats from a lot of different individuals, but she still pressed on. And as of Friday, Supervisor Janice Hahn stepped in and decided, along with a lot of other politicians, decided we are going to introduce legislation tomorrow, Monday morning. Monday morning, it's going to be on the desk. And what their plan is ultimately get this part of Manhattan Beach back to its rightful owners. Now, isn't that something? And that's something. So I attended the ceremony. There was media from around the world there for good reason, right? Because now this is going to be something that the world will start following. This is huge. Very smart of Supervisor Hahn, by the way. Very smart. That was a good move. And so now they're going to introduce legislation tomorrow to ultimately get this property back to their rightful owners, to the descendants of the Bruce's family. So that's going to be a story I've been following for a while. You know, I've been at Bruce's Beach a few times, and that's going to be interesting how that's going to work out, because the world has their eye on City of Manhattan Beach, who refused to apologize for the sins of their forefathers in the past. Yeah. They did issue an acknowledgement. They said, yeah, we know the world turns. That's all they said, though. Here's the thing. Times are changing, and it's either you're with the changing times or you're not. And so you gotta step lightly when it comes to issues like this. Now, County of Los Angeles is involved now, and since the County of Los Angeles is involved, you gotta start to think a little bit differently. Okay, so bravo to Mrs. Ward for getting that done. She got it done, and so we are super proud. I'm proud to call her my friend. Did a wonderful job, and this is going to be a very interesting situation that's going to definitely, I'm going to keep an eye on. The other thing about it is we asked the Bruce family, hey, what do you want to do with the property? You know, what's the situation? What's the plan? And you know, the really funny thing that that was said was, they said, first we're going to have the biggest party of the year on the beach. Everybody's invited. Biggest cookout. So you know I'm going to be at that cookout, right? Yes, I'm going to be at the cookout. So they're going to have a big party. But what they're going to end up doing is, you know, they have options. They can, the County of Los Angeles can lease the property from the Bruce's family and pay them monthly for the lease, or not. You know, I'm pretty sure that in conjunction with LA County, Bruce's family will work with them. So there's not going to be too many big changes. People are always scared of change. You know, don't be afraid of change. Change is good. Change is what drives evolution. Change is what drives innovation. Change is what gets us where we are. Don't be afraid of change, okay? So, yes, honey, yes. Bruce's Beach. Okay. So, the last thing I want to get into is investments, okay? So, when I speak to my client, especially if they're all of them, buyers and sellers alike, you know, I always say, you are buying a home, absolutely. But listen, it's also an investment. It's also a tax shelter. It is also a stream of income that you can use if you need income. If you have an event that happens in your life, God forbid, and you need to pull money out as an emergency case, your home is like a credit card through a HELOC, a home equity loan. So it's a home for you, absolutely, but it's also an extremely, extremely smart investment. Get yourself under a tax shelter and start writing stuff off. You can't write much off as a renter, but you can write a whole lot of stuff off as a homeowner, okay? You can write all that stuff off. So instead of your money going down the drain and paying somebody else's mortgage, have it pay your mortgage. Why not? Just saying. Well, listen, I'm just the what do they say? I'm just a vessel. But it's stuff that you guys probably already know anyway, right? All right, listen, guys. That was our tea talk. It went by fast, it goes by fast. I'll be playing next week. So we've got some cool changes coming. They were supposed to be here this week, but thank you to UPS they're not. But next week you're going to see, hopefully next week, knock on all the wood I can find. Let me look. I ain't got wood in here. Let me look. I'm going to knock on wood. I'm going to knock back here. So listen, we've got fun changes coming to Real Estate Tea Talks next Sunday. Gosh darn it, if UPS don't come through, I have a lot of stuff coming in, and so get ready for some amazing changes. Congratulations are in store for Seb and Mara closing on their vacation home in Big Bear. Man, that was some cool stuff we pulled off up there. I mean, we literally snuck into town and just killed it. We killed it. We murdered it. We got our property. It was all good. So congratulations are in order for closing on your Big Bear property. Love you guys. You guys are the best. Love working with you. That is like your third property, your second or third property, whatever you bought from me. Congratulations on that. Also, congratulations to the estate of Eugene Hubbard. You guys killed it as well. We had a lot of red tape to go through. I had to talk, we had to negotiate with the IRS. We had another attorney involved. We had 2 attorneys involved. Lots of egos, but get rid of the ego. Get rid of the ego, get it done. Okay, so we got that done. We murdered that. That property outperformed every property in the area. Not only that, it still outperforms them because I'm still getting the sold information coming through. We nailed it. We killed it. I'm so happy. I love strategizing. It's my jam. Who else? Welcome all the new clients that I'm working with. Welcome everybody. Very happy to have you. And we have a new listing coming up. New listing coming out in Santa Clarita. Oh, it's a beautiful property. Clients are getting it ready right now. I will have a coming soon, posted soon. Property is absolutely gorgeous. It's amazing, and it's going to sell, and we're very, very happy for them. So listen, I'm going to get out of here. I'll be posting. Hey, do you guys remember this song? Probably not. Brand New Havens. The Brand New Havens. All right, I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you. See you next Sunday. So next Sunday. This is gonna look a little different. Hopefully, God help us if it does. All right, I gotta get out of here. See you soon. Bye. Peace out.